Hi guys, welcome back to our channel, The Masegos. I am Michelle, the one half of The Masegos. I'm alone today, and this is because we were not meant to actually post a video this week. We've had a very, very rough week. yeah, since moving, my goodness, it's been really tough. But this past week, we got really sick. The whole house was down with flu. And then additionally, I woke up on Monday morning, not only with flu, but an eye infection. And I'm not even one to have an eye infection, but I woke up with an eye infection. So, yeah, it's been a struggle recovering from that. I'm still recovering from that. Hopefully, I don't look too bad in this video. But I'm still recovering from that. And yeah, I know our couples quiz part two was meant to come out tomorrow. I'm not sure when I'll post this video. If I post it on Sunday, I'm making it Saturday afternoon. I've just put Amaba to bed, and Ellie's just left for a night shift. So yeah, we were meant to post a video tomorrow. Couples quiz part two, but we did not even get a chance to film it during the week because we were down and out. And yeah, initially I was gonna post a community post and leave it at that and see you guys next week. But I think this past week, um, there's just this verse that was lingering in my heart with everything that was transpiring. And I just felt the need to share because, yeah, like we mentioned in our first video on this channel, God is a huge part of us. Um, and we, or me, let me speak for myself. Um, I found God very early. Yes, I grew up in church, and my parents made sure to raise me in church and take me to church weekly and all of that. But I fostered that relationship with God on my own. So yeah, having fostered that relationship, I think from like 12 years old, 12, 11 years old, um, it's just been a huge part of me. Not that I've been close to God that whole time. I have strayed. I have made my consistent mistakes and all of that, but he's just always been a constant in my life, and I've seen him constantly in my life. And I just felt the need to come and share this with someone who might find encouragement from it, from what's in my heart, and hopefully it encourages them, you know. Um, so the verse that I declared, or that I really was drawn to beginning of this year, and I was like, this is my verse for the year. It's even my WhatsApp profile photo, is Isaiah 26 verse 3, which says, you will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on you, for he trusts in you. And the reason why this verse was just like, it's not my first time, I know it, you know, but it just felt so monumental to me for this year, because I've always been a person who's been anxious, who worries too much, who stresses excessively, who knows that God is going to take care of things, or knows that things will be okay, but just can't, come down. And I know a lot of people struggle with anxiety and stress and things like that. And I was like, oh, you know what? Especially us being in this country alone without external family support, still building a community here, um, still going through major changes in our lives. I just want to be at peace. I don't want to stress. I want to trust you because you have consistently shown yourself in my life. And I think a lot of us in the world that we live in, we're constantly on the go. We're constantly on the move. There's just always something we're looking forward to, always working towards, that we don't often stop and reflect and see all the wonderful things that God has done. And I think if we stopped more, would stress a lot less. And this past week, particularly going into Monday, I was like, yeah, we've moved, we're a lot more settled, work is also picking up. I'm eager to learn more about, my industry and pensions and everything. And I was like, let's go, exercise, let's do this, let's that. And then waking up super sick with swollen, painful, pussy eyes was like a knock in the gut. Um, and yeah, usually I think in the past, um, that would have really rocked me emotionally as well. Not that I wasn't rocked emotionally this past week, but it would have rocked me excessively emotionally because I just don't know how to slow down. I've been the type of person, even in primary school, high school, during December holidays, um, to low key feel depressed or sad because I wasn't active, I wasn't busy, and I wasn't okay with doing nothing. I grew up being that kind of person. And this particular week, when Monday hit and I was the way that I was, I had to stop and think and be like, okay, God, clearly you're trying to show me something. You're trying to teach me something. And I just want to go back to that verse. You'll keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on you. Um, I decided to keep my mind on him, you know. And I think it's also as a result of just prioritizing prayer daily. And sometimes I'm not gonna lie to you, I just wake up and I'm like, okay, let's just get this prayer thing out of the way. Let's just pray. And I know for a lot of us who are maybe getting in the swing of our relationship with God, it might seem like, you know what, it's pointless. Nothing's really changing, but I promise you something is changing. And this past week, it showed me that because when you're so busy and constantly on the go, and now you're trying to like really prioritize the start of the year, or you just want to change things in your life and you want to, prioritize God more, um, it might seem like a routine in the beginning. It's not necessarily exciting every day, but I promise you, God sees those efforts. And I know we love to see God in our high moments, in the moments that make the most sense, where things are just on top of the world. But I really saw God this past week because even when I reached the end of the week, and I mean, our system at work crashed Dizono and I couldn't even work, which a lot of people would love. I'm not that kind of person, but even with that, um, I was just okay. I was like, God, it's okay, and I was fine. And I don't think it was just because I'm fine or like you know character growth or what. I think it was God's presence working in me, his spirit in me, that verse manifesting itself actively in my life in the moments I needed it most. When things are falling apart, my daughter's sick now, she's also not eating, we're struggling to get her to eat, my husband's sick. It was my husband's birthday this past week. I couldn't do, the extravagant things I would love to do for him. Um, Issues back home happening and family going through things, all of that. But somehow I was kept in perfect peace. And it might seem like a small thing. It might seem like, but that is the value of just coming to God. I think the beauty of God is it doesn't require us to do the most extravagant, elaborate things. Um, you just need to come. Like he's a gentleman. Just open that door to him, invite him in, and there he is. And he's been there. I mean, there have been moments like while I wake up in the morning and I'm just praying, like I'm not even kneeling, I'm not giving it the full attention that it requires, the full reverence it requires. But I think even in that, he still sees, and that is so humbling. Because now, when I truly need him to keep me in perfect peace, when my body is chaotic, and even my family is chaotic, they're also sick, and things are just not going as planned, he has kept me in perfect peace. And that is not something that the world can give. That can only come from God. To have that peace, to have that solace in him, even when life is falling apart. you know. So I just wanted to encourage someone who maybe might feel discouraged with their relationship with God, who might feel like maybe this is not going anywhere, like why am I even bothering? I don't feel a magic change. Just keep on. Um, just keep on. Um, the heart is naturally prone to sin, when we're naturally sinful creatures, and to pursue God is a tough act initially. It's unfamiliar, but it is so worth it. And just to have that presence with him daily is so worth it. And it will just bring such fruitful results. I mean, the same is always said about exercising and these small habits that you start. You might not see the fruits of them immediately, but I promise you, in the long run, when it really counts, that's when they just show up and they blossom. And what better reward than having God in your life, having that peace in your life when things don't make sense, and being at peace, especially if you're an anxious person. That is something that is just so weird. With, hey, to look back and be like, Michelle 5 years ago would not have handled this week well. It would have been chaotic. But to stop and slow down and still see God's grace, and to be thankful for him and what he has done for me, even in this situation, to find gratitude even in a situation that isn't clearly full of grateful moments, is a clear representation that God is there. So yeah, I hope I've made sense. I hope this resonates with someone. I hope you found some sort of message in what I'm saying. And yeah, I'm just so grateful for you guys. We're grateful for you guys. We appreciate you. I can't believe we're almost at 500 subscribers in less than 3 months of starting this channel. Thank you so much, guys. It means the absolute world, to be growing this little community and to be able to interact with you guys the way that we do. And hopefully, we'll see you next week. Um, hopefully, this week is better. But even so, God is good, and his peace surpasses all understanding. So, yeah, have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week. Um, just hold on to the grace of God and his presence in your life. And we'll see you soon. Bye.